Hi, it's Robert Weinberg, and on this channel, we help individuals to achieve freedom through expert financial and mortgage strategies. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and also hit the bell so you get notified on all of our future content. In today's lesson, I want to talk about using a mortgage advisor versus using an online lender. So when you're going to get a mortgage, whether it's purchasing or refinancing a property, you have a lot of choices of different lenders that you can use. But they will mainly go into two categories, either a local mortgage advisor or someone that gives you hands-on specific advice based on your situation, or an online lender. And an online lender is typically going to be outside of the area that you're looking to buy or refinance your home. They might be a few states away or across the country. Typically, an online lender, you're going to be doing most of your business via email, via text message, or on their website. So there's some huge differences between these two, and based on your particular needs and what you're looking to accomplish, you may gravitate more towards one versus another. I can tell you from my experience that typically once they know the difference, most people do end up choosing a mortgage advisor, and a mortgage advisor could be either a lender or a mortgage broker, again, more in your local area that you're buying or refinancing in. So let's talk about some of the differences. You want to know that a mortgage advisor is going to give you complete advice and a significant strategy for the mortgage around your total financial goals and your overall financial plan. So a mortgage advisor is going to look at your retirement plan. They're going to look at your investments. They're going to look at different down payment options if you're purchasing a home, and a real financial plan for you that has the mortgage as the cornerstone. Now, an online lender typically is dealing in volume. So they're just going to give you a rate quote, maybe have a quick conversation with you. You'll fill out an online application, and then they'll send you a rate quote and say, here's what we can do. From my experience dealing with these lenders and what clients have told me is that they don't really take the time to ask the additional questions about your short and long-term financial goals. They don't really dig deep into your personal financial circumstances to talk about different mortgage product options and what may be appropriate for you based on what you're trying to accomplish. Now, with an online lender also, what many clients have told me is that they get passed from one person to another. So with all due respect, a lot of the people working at the online lenders are on very low compensation plans. So they're making either a very small commission or sometimes just an hourly amount. So they're there just to kind of churn through the process and get as many clients as they can into the process and move to the next. I've been told that you might be passed from one person to another because these lenders have very high turnover. A lot of the people working there at an online lender many times have only been in the mortgage industry for a few months, if you're lucky, maybe a couple of years. So you'll be passed from one person to another. I talked to a client yesterday who told me they spoke with 6 different people while their mortgage was in process at one of the leading online lenders. This is really going to be a contrast with a mortgage advisor. So typically a mortgage advisor, you're only going to have 1 or 2 points of contact. You're going to have the advisor directly and maybe their loan officer assistant or their loan processor. So it's much more streamlined because when it's like the game telephone. If you're being passed all over from person to person, you're getting different information. The right hand's not talking to the left hand, and there can be a lot of confusion created. And that's going to be typical with those online lenders. When it comes to getting a mortgage, it's probably the biggest financial investment that you will ever make. So trust and reliability are imperative. Don't let just a fancy commercial or some billboard make you think that an online lender is going to be a better choice than a true advisor. So local presence is really important. This is especially when you're buying a home because you're going to be putting offers in. And if you're putting an offer in and it shows some online big box lender, a lot of the time the listing agents will look at it and say, no, we're not going to even take your offer or even consider it, simply because you're using one of these online lenders. They have a really bad reputation in the real estate industry because they screw things up, and a lot of the time they screw it up at the last minute when it's really difficult to start the process over, has a lot of costs to do that, and also major delays for the home seller, the realtors, and everyone involved. So by having a local presence or using a mortgage advisor that's in your general area, at least in the same state as you or in a nearby state, you know that they've got that local presence where when their name's on that pre-approval letter, they can stand behind that and it's got a reputation that goes with that. They know that it's somebody that has a certain amount of experience. There's a certain level of professionalism typically when you're using an online lender. And like I said, that reputation is absolutely paramount. Now, the other reason why using a mortgage advisor is a very good idea goes back to that local presence, because you're going to want referrals to local professionals. So if you're pre-approved early in the process, you may need a referral to a local realtor that's an expert. You're going to need a home inspector, insurance agent, etc. If you're dealing with an online lender that's several states away or maybe on the other side of the country, regardless of what they're going to tell you, they don't have that local presence and that local knowledge in your town or in your county to tell you who the top realtors are, who the top home inspectors are, insurance agents and whatnot. So having that mortgage advisor locally is really going to give you the edge to get those experienced providers and professionals that you need for referrals. Now, I'm not saying all online lenders are bad, but you want to make sure, regardless of who you deal with, that you do your homework on them. Check online ratings. Check with referrals from family and friends. Make sure that the person you're dealing with not only talks the talk, sounds good on the phone, or writes good emails, but also that they have the reputation online with reviews and recommendations to back up what they're telling you. Typically, if a lender has hundreds or dozens of 5-star reviews, that's a good indication that they know what they're doing when it comes to this complicated mortgage process. So do your homework on that. Don't just go with someone based on a slick marketing or an ad on Facebook or an ad online somewhere or even on TV. Make sure that you know who you're dealing with, the specific loan officer. Look up their name on Google. Make sure that they've got the experience of someone that you want to work with and can get the job done. As I keep saying during this presentation and lesson here, don't let a slick advertisement fool you. Mortgage advisors typically are going to have access to the exact same technology as an online lender. So I've been seeing a lot of ads lately for one of the biggest online lenders that says push button get mortgage, and they make it seem like there's really nothing to getting a mortgage. But the thing is, all they're doing is giving you a marketing gimmick to try to get you to call in and use them, or at least be someone that's going to talk to them and get a loan application from you. What they're referring to when they say push button get mortgage is streamlining the process, using technology in the process. You know, mortgage advisors like myself have access to the exact same technology and sometimes even better technology than the online lenders. We do property inspection waivers where there's no appraisal needed in some cases. Automated income verification and asset verification, so you don't have to provide as much paperwork, and e-signing of loan documents and disclosure, so you can do everything right on your computer. But the added layer is, if you need someone to talk to, if you need advice, if you need referrals, it's not just an email. You can not only reach us by email, text message, but also you can come into an office if you need. You can get on the phone and get that individual personalized attention. So as you can tell, I'm passionate, and I know that using a mortgage advisor in most cases is going to be the best bet if you're a first-time buyer or if you need someone to really hold your hand and get you through this process. So I hope that this has been of value to you, and I hope that you learned something. Please share this with others who may be entering the home buying or refinancing process, and I hope also that you'll leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. Please follow me on all my social media platforms, and you can feel free to reach out to my office via call or text if I can be of assistance. Take care.